Hi my loves, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a first impressions on a foundation. I picked this foundation up. It arrived from Beauty Bay the other day. It is the LA Girl Pro Coverage HD High Definition Long Wear Illuminating Foundation. That's a bit of a mouthful. It promises to do an awful lot. So it's HD, it's going to be long wearing, it says it's going to be illuminating. So my skin type is oily. I am combination, but I'm definitely more oily. My oils spread out to kind of like here, whereas I would say someone with combination would have more dry cheeks. I can get very oily cheeks, and especially around my nose, chin area, in between my brows, and kind of just around this area here. So I would be definitely a little bit more on the oily side, but I have pretty normal cheeks, if that makes any sense to you guys. So this foundation says it's going to be illuminating. I always get a little bit worried as an oily girl when foundations promise to be illuminating. Now I bought it on Beauty Bay, like I said. Currently on Beauty Bay there is only 10 shades available. So I'm going to go on to lagirlusa.com just to see a little bit more about this foundation. They have 20 different colours, but I buy mine off Beauty Bay because it ships internationally. LA Girl only ships into the US. So they have a white foundation, which I think is very interesting for lightening up any foundation. This particular shade that I got, like I said, is natural. It cost me €10.60. So it's pretty inexpensive. Does this packaging not scream Makeup Forever as well? I used to have the Makeup Forever foundation like donkeys years ago. This comes with the pump, which is always a happy discovery. I'm gonna prime one side of my face like I do all the time. I'm gonna get my hair out of my face as well. I'm gonna use my e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer because it's the one I am loving at the moment. I'm just gonna give a couple of pumps and apply that to my skin. Oh, love this primer. So I'm just gonna apply this to the right side of my face. Normally I will take a flat top brush. This is my Sigma one. I love this brush, and I am going to take my beauty blender. I'm going to pump a little bit of this out of my hand. The color looks very good. I don't know how this is going to oxidize obviously, so I'm taking my beauty blender on this side. Oh, the color is perfect. And if you're wondering, I am normally an NC35 in MAC. I'm W6 in True Match from L'Oreal, and I will write down a couple of other foundations that I am below just in case you are like a similar skin tone to me. I also don't wear tan, so this is my natural skin color, just if you thought you might be the same skin tone as me. I always find it really helpful when people that I know have like a similar skin tone to me when they review a foundation, because I know that that foundation shade that they talk about will be the one that matches me. Okay, right. What I'm noticing is that this foundation is blending out very well. It is definitely a medium coverage, so it's not full coverage. It's not like a Marc Jacobs or Estee Lauder Double Wear. Definitely a medium coverage. It reminds me a little bit of the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk as well, just the way it's really lightweight on the skin, but still providing a bit of coverage. That is one layer. It's covering up any of my imperfections. I have a couple of nasty little spots on this side of my face, so when we apply it with the brush, I will see if it covers them up. Right now, I'm pretty pleased with the application of the Beauty Blender. I might just do a little bit more coverage just kind of around this area, like my cheek area here. I don't think I need any more coverage anywhere else. Okay, I'm definitely a little bit more content with that coverage. I just applied a little bit more onto the cheeks. So this is my flat top Kabuki, the F80 from Sigma, and there's no primer on this side. Okay, you're definitely getting more coverage with the brush. It's not eating up the foundation as much as a Beauty Blender. I've nearly my entire face covered, or entire half of my face covered, and I still have a good bit of foundation left. I think this definitely works a little bit better with a brush. I love my Beauty Blender every single time I use it, but sometimes it just eats up foundations, and I think it is in this case. I also find that the brush is giving this side a little bit more luminosity. I don't know if it's because I use this primer, which is like a blurring primer, and it's like more mattifying primer. I don't know, because there's no primer on this face, this side of my face, that perhaps it's looking a little bit more glowy, but definitely the brush is the way to go if you want a little bit more full coverage application with this foundation. Okay, this side of my face is completely done. I don't need to top it up. I don't need to do anything, and I still have a teeny bit of foundation left, so I'm just going to blend that down my neck just like I don't really need to, but just not to waste the foundation, I suppose, and there's nothing else that I can do with it. Okie doke, that is my foundation applied. I'm gonna zoom in so you guys can kind of see it on my face. I don't know what you guys think. I think it's kind of glowy and youthful looking, this foundation. It's covered up any of my spots, and definitely with the brush it's a lot more full coverage. I wouldn't even describe this as medium coverage. It's definitely full coverage with the brush. With the beauty blender it gives a little bit more of a sheer application. But I'm pretty pleased with this. It's not seeping into any fine lines or anything like that just yet. I wouldn't imagine it to do so anyway at this early stage. I'm pretty pleased with this foundation so far. The only thing I will say, and it's just something to kind of keep note of, that this foundation has the tendency to go a little bit cakey if you go ham with it. So just don't over apply too much foundation. This side is not too bad, but the side with the brush that I said I was getting the full coverage effect from, I just feel like around this area here, now I don't know if it's because I'm not wearing any primer, but it is starting to kind of bunch together, and I could definitely see it caking if I put any more on. So be careful with the layers that you apply. Apply thin layers, and perhaps if you don't want it to cake, use a beauty blender. If you want full coverage, be wary when you use a brush. That's all I'm going to say. Again, it could be because I'm not wearing any primer. Usually it will kind of blur out any of my pores and it will kind of like glide over that area, if that makes any sense. Whereas with the brush it kind of feels like it's kind of bunching there. I don't know, we'll see a little bit more when I apply the rest of my products. Time right now is 11:23. I'm gonna say, I don't know if you can see that. My phone is bad because it's like a white screen on white. Come back in another hour once I've applied everything, and then we will take it from there, and I'll do little intervals for the rest of the day. So we'll talk to you guys shortly. Okay guys, so I'm back from my first update of the day, and I've just applied all my makeup. Let me see, what time is it? Where's my phone gone? It is 12:31, so it's been an hour since I applied this foundation, and naturally I went off, I filmed the eye look. I will link that down below. It's actually 2 different palettes, would you believe? I think I've given a significant amount of time on my face in order to tell what it looks like. And on camera, guys, can I just say, this is one of the most flawless looking foundations I've tried in a long time on camera. It is so beautiful on the camera. It's coming off real filtered. In real life it looks beautiful, like it looks really really nice. It's not breaking down. Obviously after an hour I wouldn't expect it to be. It looks pretty decent, I think, on my skin. It's pretty uniform. It hasn't oxidized, which is what I was kind of afraid of. I don't know if you ever experienced that with a foundation. It matches you perfectly, and then within an hour it's gone really orange and doesn't look the way it did when you applied it first. I don't have any other critiques right now. Everything, like I said, went on top of it beautifully. My concealer blended out flawlessly. My powder products went on great. My highlight, contour, all that jazz. I was afraid of it kind of caking on this side. Don't notice anything like that. It is looking pretty decent at this time, I will say that. So let's give it a few more hours, put it to the test and see what it looks like then. I'll come back to you shortly, guys, for another little update. Hey guys, so I'm back for my second update of the day. It is now 4:18. I don't know if that's clear for you guys. Gone and had something to eat. I'm gonna be making dinner in the next little while. I've been editing, so I've been going around the place doing a couple of bits and bobs. It's been on for, what are we saying, 4 hours now? No, sorry, 5 hours now. It started at 11:30 and 12:30. And to be honest, it's not looking that bad. I definitely need to blot at this stage of the day. I am feeling like my cheeks are becoming a little bit kind of sticky, tacky, especially on the unprimed side. The primed side is not too bad, actually. I think I'm actually going to powder, just looking at this right now. Very rarely would I have to powder at 5 hours into foundation wear, but I just feel like I really need to stick a bit of powder on, and I just want to put it on my T-zone area. This looks a little bit better now just after powdering. I know it is a luminous foundation. I think in the winter time I can totally get away with this. So the winter time it's not as warm, but I think in the summer in Ireland it's going to look like a hot mess on my skin. Oh, and before I continue, guys, what do you think of my pajamas? I'm wearing my pajamas. says the plastics on it. I love Mean Girls, like my favorite movie ever. Anyway, sidetrack. Absolutely adore the way this looks on my skin. That's the thing. It's just the oiliness that's annoying me, but I love the way it looks on camera. I love the way it looks on my skin. It looks really fresh, and I love that about a foundation. The only thing is that it's not holding back my oils, but I am finding on this side that it's not as bad, so I really think you need a primer, and once you powder, I think I could get another couple of hours out of it. So I will come back in a few more hours and see how we're getting on. It still looks nice. It's not faded. There's no point in zooming up for you guys. It's still feeling quite nice. It's not heavy or cakey or anything like that on my skin, so I'm pretty happy. Other than the oils coming through, god damn it, I would be just happy out with this foundation. I'll come back in a couple more hours and we'll see where we're at, and yeah, talk to you then. Okay guys, it's just 27 minutes past 7, so that is 8 hours we're doing our update for. It's looking a little bit oilier than it was before, definitely than the last time that I blotted. I'm getting a little bit more oily over here, and obviously that's the prime side. My chin is definitely a little bit more oily. This side is not doing too bad, and then in between my brows definitely breaking down a little bit, but it's not transferring or fading or anything like that on the jawline, which is kind of good. It's like I've been leaning on my hands and leaning on Jimmy's shoulders. I've been touching that part of my face a lot, and it's not really breaking down. I'm going to zoom in just so you can kind of see the whole look that I have kind of going on at the moment. Oh my, isn't this pretty? You can kind of see the oiliness here. It is seeping a little bit into a fine line that I have here around my mouth. Like, it's not too bad. You can just kind of see a little bit of my natural oils coming through. I'm not actually going to bother powdering it now because I'm going to come back in a little while so you can see the full extent of what it would look like if I wore it for like a full day. So I'm going to try and possibly go to the 12-hour mark and take my hair out and kind of relax a little bit more. I'm finished editing. I'm finished doing everything for the night. We just ordered dinner, so I'm going to go pick that up. Friday night is Fat Friday, so we always get takeout on Friday night. We'll check in with you in a little while later to see how this is all holding up, but right now it's kind of not doing too bad, I don't think. Or I don't know what it looks like on camera. In person, it's not too bad. I have definitely seen worse foundations. I don't think that this is necessarily designed for oily skin, but I don't think it's too bad in the winter months. Like, my drier skin babes will benefit a little bit more from this, but that still remains to be seen because I haven't tried it in the summer. But for now, it's looking okay, and I will check in with you guys later on. Hey guys, so it is the end of the night. It's currently, I think it was 10 o'clock. I just checked. Big Brother's just after finishing. So it's 10 o'clock. Had my dinner about 2 hours ago, and looking at the foundation, I don't think it looks much different than it did the last time I checked in. The only thing I will notice is that it has broken down just a little bit on this side. I'm not noticing any difference whatsoever between the primed and unprimed side, so I really don't think that primer made much of a difference with the longevity of this. Definitely the application this morning it did, but at this stage of the day it's not. So I'm going to zoom in and you can see the wear or the breakdown of the foundation. So please excuse my face, it's not looking the nicest right now, but you can see kind of just where it's kind of broken down here and on my chin and just in between my brows. It's kind of oily. It's broken down a little bit just around the perimeters of my face and just a little bit here in my jawline. The other side's actually not too bad, but all in all it doesn't have that much of a breakdown from the foundation. To be honest, I'm pretty happy with this foundation. I remember when I tried the Maybelline Matte and Poreless foundation, my face looked like this after about 2 hours. I'm pretty happy that it's been 11 hours and it looks like this. Like, it still looks relatively okay. It's not amazing, but definitely looks better than that Matte and Poreless foundation. I'm gonna try it again another time, obviously, to see how I like it, and keep an eye out on my monthly hits and misses. You might see it pop up one way or the other in that video. I will talk a little bit more about that, I'm sure, again at another stage, but for now I'm pretty pleased with the foundation. I like the way it's worn. I like the way it looks on my skin. I again have to recap that it is winter time here in Ireland, so I'm not as oily as I would normally be during the summer. I just want to also say before I finish up, I wear glasses. About 90% of the day I'm wearing glasses other than when I'm filming, and there's just the tiniest amount of breakdown just on the side of my nose. Usually it will be all kind of gone. It's actually broken down a lot more on the side that I actually primed versus the unprimed side, so that's kind of weird for me. Definitely continue to use this foundation. Perhaps during the summer I might pick up a darker shade as well. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great. I thought it looked lovely on my skin throughout the day. I thought it looked lovely on camera. I think it looks even okay right now. So guys, I'm gonna go for a shower right now and get into bed. I'm getting very sleepy. And I will talk to you guys in my next video. So keep an eye out for that. And please let me know if anyone has tried the LA Girl. What do you guys think of it? So thank you again, guys, for watching this video. Thumbs it up again if you liked it. And I will talk to you all in my next video. I love you guys. Mwah. Bye!